Welcome, and today we're going to be talking about the Mamba mentality, that mindset that really took Kobe Bryant from a young kid with just passion to becoming one of the greatest basketball of all time. My name is Saba, and I do personal leadership videos. And if you haven't subscribed by now, do so because we have a lot more of these that comes your way. A lot of them on my channel already, and we will be doing more of these. So let's jump into the Mamba mentality. What is it, and how did it help Kobe Bryant, and how, most importantly, how can it help you on your journey to greatness? The Mamba mentality, in the words of Kobe Bryant himself, is the philosophy of mindset that says that you become your best self by becoming better every day, by continuously becoming better. Simple enough, but it has 5 different pillars that we need to explore. First pillar is passion. Passion is very important. It's desire, it's love, and a lot of people are like, what love got to do with success? You ask Tina Turner, she would say everything, okay? Love has got to do everything with success, because if you love something, you can do anything for it, okay? You can even go crazy and act crazy just for love. And success is one of those things that are going to require you to give everything that you have. And it's going to require you to act crazy sometimes and have people looking at you like, what is she doing? But if you're not in love with what it is you're trying to succeed at, you are not going to want to go crazy for it. You are also not going to want to give it your all. So passion is the beginning of greatness. Passion is where greatness starts from. You have to love something to be able to make all of the sacrifice, to be able to navigate all the hurdles, and to also be able to, just even go crazy for it in order to be able to get it. Passion is also important for another reason. Passion is important because desire really is sometimes life way of calling you higher, greater, or better. Sometimes you're in a particular circumstances, but there's a desire inside of you for a change, or there's a desire inside of you for certain things. There's certain conditions, certain situations, certain positions, certain impact that you want to make. That desire inside of you may be life way of just directing you in terms of what your calling is. So whether you say life, whether you call it God, or whether you call it the universe, it may be that one of those things calling you into what it is you need to be, what it is you need to do. So sometimes it's important for you to pay attention to your desire, pay attention to your passion. It may be calling you to a better condition. It may be calling you to a higher place, and maybe calling you to make an impact in the world. Desires are very important. That being said, a lot of folks are also like, passion, it doesn't, pay the bills, right? So like, everybody say follow your passion, but passion doesn't pay the bill. Yeah, you may be right initially, and depending on your age and where you are and your level of responsibility, passion may not pay the bill initially. But if you find your passion and you begin to work hard at your passion and become good at doing the things that you love, so much that people are willing to pay you for it, and you keep working at it so that you are one of the best in it, and people are willing to pay you even more for it, guess what? You wouldn't have to work another job, and you wouldn't have to work another day in your life, because now you are getting paid for what you love to do. When you get up and you go to do it, you're not going to work, you're going to do something that you love. So it's never too late to follow your passion. Best time though to follow your passion is like Kobe Bryant. When he was a teenager, he realized sometime early in high school that this is it. I really love basketball. I love the sound of it whenever it hits the court. I love the smell of it. I just love the game. The game just makes me feel alive. And because of that, he decided to devote himself to it. And if you do that, if you become passionate as a teenager about what it is that you love, and you start to work on it hard, then by the time you're ready to leave your parents' house, you'll be so good at it that you will get paid so much for it that you will never have to work a day in your life. So what has love got to do with success? What has desire got to do with success? Everything. So if you haven't found the things that you're passionate about, the thing that you're passionate about, you need to determine what it is that you're passionate about now. And so it could be several things. It could be something right now that you're just so much in love with, provided that thing is of benefit to other people. Okay, whether it's music, whether it is a sport, whether it is just rare materials, antique, whatever it is that you are so in love with, that when you're around that thing you feel so alive. Identify what it is. Now, you may have several desires competing in your heart right now. Oh, I love a lot of different things. Okay, write those things down and rank them according to what it is that you love the most. And then begin to invest more passion into that particular thing. Okay, now that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is also ask yourself, what is it that I want to achieve the most in life? Or who is it that I want to become so bad in life? For Kobe, he wanted to become the greatest basketballer there ever was. Okay? So who is it that I really want to become? Or what it is that I really want to accomplish? Find that particular answer to that thing. And once you answer that, fan the flame of passion in that thing. So fall in love with that thing. Become so passionate about that answer that you found, whatever it is that you say you want to become so bad. Fall in love with that. And as you fall in love with that, you have found your passion. Okay? So passion is number one. Number two is obsession. Obsession just simply means to be continuously preoccupied by something. You wake up in the morning, you're thinking about it. You're eating, you're thinking about it. You're driving, you're thinking about it. No matter what you do, you are thinking about this thing. But not only thinking about it, but you are also doing it. You're giving your all to the thing you love the most. So Kobe, in his situation, living with his parents had expectations of him, so he had to go to school, high school. And while going to high school, he decided, he's like, what free time do I have? I could go early. So he went at 5 a.m. in the morning. He practiced for 2 hours before school started. And then recess, he went and practiced again. After school, he went and he practiced again before going home. And in the evening, he practiced again. Every opportunity he had, he was playing basketball because his mind was preoccupied with the thing that he was passionate about. He gave it everything he had. You will have to give everything you have to the thing that you are passionate about. That's why I told you it's important. Love is important to success, because when you love something, you can give it your all. You can give it your time, your attention, your resources, everything you got to spare. Now, you may not have much. Don't focus on what you do not have. Focus on what you have and how you can use that very little to deploy it and apply it to the things that you're passionate about. As you do that consistently, let me tell you, 10 minutes a day, reading 10 minutes a day, 7 days a week is 70 minutes of reading. You can finish at least one chapter a week. Don't tell me you don't have time to read, okay? And we can go on and list a whole bunch of other things that we can talk about in terms of how you can develop yourself. But little bit at a time, whatever it is that you can apply to your passion consistently over time will add up. And eventually, the time, the effort that you're putting in consistently will make you better at your passion. Before you look, somebody will say, hey, I want to book you for this, or I want to sign you up for this, even if it's at an amateur level. But guess what? You started to make money for it already. But you cannot change your passion into results until you are obsessed with it, until you're preoccupied with it, and you want to apply everything you have to it. And when you do that, you're on your way to turning your passion into your profession. Okay? So obsession, you got to be obsessed with what it is that you love. Third one is relentless. Okay? Relentless is that state of mind where you are resolved to not stop until you win. Okay, I say that again. Relentless is that state of mind that you're resolved to not stop until you win. And so you keep attack until you have annihilated your opponent, or until you have completely eliminated your problem, or until you have risen to the top that you set for yourself. You are relentless. Okay, you are unyielding, you are not backing down, you are not giving up. Let me tell you, there's nobody can stand before a man or woman who decide that they're never giving up, and that person keeps coming and coming and coming and coming. Life will make room for you. Life will be forced to make room for you, because life knows that you do not give up. These are the things that really distinguish between champions and losers, man. Relentlessness is one of those things, man. Like, some people stop when they're tired. Other people stop when the conditions outside is not favorable, or the condition in the market is not favorable. Some people stop because of these things. But champions are relentless. They will not stop no matter what. They only stop until they win. And Kobe had that mindset. He will not stop. He will attack until the won. And you need to develop that mindset, whether you're playing basketball, or whether you are a student, whether you're a business person, whether you are trying to rise to the top in your organization. You have to be relentless. You have to, no matter what obstacles stand before you, you keep going at it, whatever problem it is, you keep going until you find a solution. Because the truth is that there's certain obstacles and solutions that life will put before you, that the only thing that will bring them down is relentlessness. Like a big tree, for example. A big tree is not going to fall down because you give it 3 hits and it didn't fall. No. In order to fell a big tree, you're going to have to keep going, hitting it one more time, keep hitting until that tree falls. You have to be relentless. Attack. And sometimes it might require you being a little bit insensitive to situations, insensitive to what other people feel about you and say to you and say about you. Sometimes it requires you being insensitive about yourself. No self-pity. Not feeling sorry for yourself because this has happened to you. No. Relentlessness is going to require you to be so insensitive to yourself sometimes. It's raining. What do you need to do to get in the rain and go? Yeah, get the raincoat, keep going. It's snowing, layer up, keep going. You're tired? You're not done. Get up and go. Because people who stop themselves until they stop themselves before they win, you're cutting yourself short. You're selling yourself short. And when you start to sell yourself short, then you're beginning to develop the habit of a loser. Be relentless. The fourth one is Resilient. It is important that you are resilient. Now, what is resilient? Resilient is that ability to bounce back from failure or to pivot in terms when things change. Okay, bouncing back from failure is so critical. Another thing that distinguishes losers from winners. Okay, losers from winners. A lot of people, something happened, they fall, and all of a sudden they're more occupied by the impact of the fall rather than preoccupied by their goal. So they stay on the ground. They don't get up anymore. Okay? But those who are winners always see a fall as an opportunity to rise. I say that again. Those who are winners always see a fall as an opportunity to rise. Always see a failure as an opportunity to improve. Okay? If you see failures as opportunity to improve, it changes everything. It makes you resilient. So every time you fail, you're like, okay, I failed. What can I do to get better and go back out there again? So resilience was one of the things, is one of the fourth pillar of the Mamba mentality. No matter what happens, I'll get up and go again. Here's the thing, and I've said it in one of my other videos. Life is not about what happened to you, but it's more about how you respond to what happened to you that determines whether you will fail or lose. Okay? It's important that we keep that in mind. Stuff will happen. Things will go wrong. Tragedy will come. Failures will happen. But at the end of the day, it's not that it happened, but it's how did you respond to it? And people who develop a resilient mentality will always respond to the failure by getting up again and using whatever lessons they learn from that failure or fall or tragedy or adversity and use it to move forward and turn their mess into a miracle. They will always do that. That's resilient. You never stay down. It's how you become resilient. Number 5, our number 5 is fearless. Fearless. It doesn't mean that you do not have fear. It means that you have less fear because you are ready to step out there and try anyway. Our greatest fear is ourselves. Our greatest fear is ourselves, is that we will dream and we will try our dream and our dream will fail. And then how will we feel about ourselves? And how will we feel when people out there talk about us? That's our greatest fear. But champions think differently when it comes to that. Champions realize that fear is part of the process to failures. That fear is temporary, but regret is permanent. Okay? So I'd rather deal with the temporary fear than deal with regret later on in life and say, I could have, I should have. Okay? Now, they also realize that failure is the stepping stone to success. So your temporary failure, if you manage your temporary failure and you use your temporary failure right, it will one day lead to success. That is to say, you step out there, you try, you fail, you sit down, you ask yourself, why did I fail? How can I get better? You get better, you go out, you do better, and you fail again, and you sit down and you better your best, and you better your best again, one failure at a time, and then one day you just burst through and hit that place of success. Never stopping, but always learning from your circumstances. Failure should not stop you. I know we fear failure. One of the things we fear the most is failure. But in order for you to adopt the Mamba mentality that really made Kobe great, you need to be fearless. And like one great person said, that fear is not the lack of courage, but is a consideration that the thing that I want is greater than my fear. The question therefore comes back to passion. How bad do you want it? Do you want it bad enough to face your fear for it. And that's what fearlessness is about. It's not that you are not afraid, but people who become champions, people who become winner, when they face great challenges and they face the possibility of fear or of failure, it is no longer a fear anymore, but it is the heightened sense of things that they're feeling on the inside of them. I think another thing about fearlessness is that you learn to also manage your fear through preparation. Because the more you prepare, the more confident you are. The more confident you are, the less fearful you are. Let's keep that in mind. But fearlessness is really, really important. You're looking for the toughest thing to run towards. You're looking at for the biggest, the baddest to take down. Because listen, a lot of people don't move forward because they are trying to avoid the biggest, the baddest. But if you become fearless, you will go for the biggest, you will go for the baddest, you will subdue the biggest and baddest. And that's your way to the top real fast. All right? So 5 pillars of the Mamba mentality. 1 is passion. 1 is obsession. 1 is relentlessness. Then we have resilience. And then we have fearlessness. If you not one of these things is better than the other. You have to use all of them together. You have to find what your desire is. You're going to have to become obsessed about your desires, and you have to keep going and going until your desires are fulfilled. But then along the way, you will experience failures. And when failures come, you get up and you keep going again. Every time you fall, you keep going again. That's resilience. But you have to be fearless to go ahead and face your fear head on. Step into the arena and fight. Be vulnerable. And be ready to be laughed at. Be ready to fall and fail, but get up again. Be ready to conquer. Because fortune favors the bold. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel below. I have more of these videos coming, but these are the things that make Kobe Bryant great. And I believe they can help you on your way to greatness. Thank you.